Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indie Audiobook Deals YouTube channel. And I am so excited today because we are here with someone who has multiple talents. He is an author and a musician, and I can't wait to dive in and talk to him. So, welcome, Steve Cass, to our channel. Hello, Steve.
Hey, how are you? How are you today?
Hi. Great. How are you doing? You're in Arizona,
Oh,
right?
yes, the hot desert. But it's
Yes.
September and the weather is starting to change, and so that we can open up the back door now in the morning. So there's hope.
Nice. Okay, nice. Okay, you're sort of, yeah, you're getting into the valley. That's good. The
Right,
downhill slide. All
exactly.
right, perfect. Well, so we're so happy to have you here. Why don't you tell me a little bit about, let's just start out with who you are, what your background is, and obviously we're an audiobook focused channel, so you can tell us what genre you write, but I think you're going to be a little different than the fiction authors that I interview, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, go ahead and dive in and tell me about yourself.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fiction person. I mean, I don't mind it, and I've tried it before, but it didn't really fit me. I'm just really,
Sure.
that boring nonfiction, gotta tell you, type of guy. Okay, anyway, my name is Steve Cass, and I was um, born in '58. Can you believe that? Old man. But
Not at all. Not at all.
I've been a musician my whole life. I've been singing and playing in church since I was 12, and uh,
Nice.
been in and out of bands my whole life. Been a worship leader, that kind of stuff, and um, I've always wanted to write, and I finally was able to put out a few books, and I'm not done yet. So that's kind of who I am and where I come
Very,
from.
very cool. So tell me about so the genres of music that you do, is it all Christian music? Is that because you learned from church, or like tell me a little bit about, do you go around and perform in different venues? Tell me a little bit about that.
I have gone out and performed in different venues for my own, yeah, my own music, and which was Christian based. But I haven't done all that. Hasn't all I've ever been doing. I've been in several secular bands, and for me, I don't have to stick with Christian. I'm happy just doing great music, and I'm kind of enamored with classic rock, as you might imagine, somebody my age. So
Nice.
that's what the band I'm in right now is doing. So
Very
um,
cool.
yeah, and so that's actually what I've been doing lately. Is this whole year has been a big change for me, Rebecca. I'm going to retire. And I planned on retiring at the end of this year, but my company just went
Wow.
through a huge round of layoffs and they offered me early retirement. So I'm taking
Oh,
it. I have
wow.
2 weeks left to work and I'm done.
Wow. Well, good for you. You're going to start a new chapter. That's really exciting. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
Congratulations. That's really cool. Really
Thank
cool.
you.
So you're winding down now at the job.
On the downhill slope for weather and work. Yes,
I love it. I love it. That's so great. That's going to open up more time for you to do stuff that you really want to do, And that's
absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool. So now tell me about, so I see guitars in the background. So, and I know I looked at your audiobooks, and like a lot of the audiobooks that you do, I think you also help people learn how to play the guitar, right? So tell me a little bit about how do you like the different instruments you play and all that stuff.
Well, I don't do guitar lessons anymore. I'm not ruling that out for the future, but I'm not doing any of that right now. But instrument wise, I play guitar and bass guitar. Do both of those. Um,
Nice.
so the guitars you see in the background are just pretty much my little collection of guitar cases, as somebody says, because I don't like to hang them on the wall. Not in Arizona; it's too dry. So
Yes, fair enough. Fair, yeah, you don't want to dry
yeah,
them out for sure.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, no, so I was just gonna say, so tell me how that ties into your audiobooks. So how do you tie your music,
Ah,
and tell me a little bit about that?
my passion with music flows in, I should say, flows into how I write and what I write. And what I've been writing now, the genre of that is pretty much for the Christian songwriter, and or any songwriter actually, but it's more specifically targeted for the Christian. My goal is to try and help other songwriters see that it's not just Christian is what I'm talking about. However, there is definitely a strict message for the Christian world too, and that is um, my passion with music just ties into this so well because I'm a worship leader, and that is that you know songwriters in small communities around the world, around the United States, don't have to just do all popular music. They're tempted to do that. And
Sure.
that's okay. There's a lot of great songs out there, but they've been gifted to write their own music. And that's what I want to empower them to do. And so with my
Yes.
experience being a worship leader and a songwriter, that's kind of my goal.
Okay, I love that's such a great goal. And I feel like that really can help, with the way everything is with the internet now. I mean, you really are able to connect with people. So there are probably a lot of songwriters out there who are maybe are in their own silo and they can discover you and then they can, go down their songwriting path from all the tools that you give them. So that's really
Yeah,
good.
that's the
Very
hope.
cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
So now I'm assuming that you do you narrate your own audiobooks?
I do. Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
just decided that I have a good enough voice to do it. And
Oh,
it hiring people to do it is just incredibly expensive, and you have to give away rights and whatever else,
yeah.
and so yeah, I just do
It
my
is,
own.
yes. If you're able to do it yourself, I mean, people always ask me, I hire narrators and they are expensive and they do a great job. They're worth it, but boy, they're expensive. And I
Yeah.
always, people always ask me, do I want to learn to narrate my own audiobooks? And I always say to them, maybe one day, but I already have so much on my plate. And there's a lot that
Mhm.
people don't know that go into it. But for you being a musician, like for me, the sound editing and all of that stuff, I would have to learn and teach myself. And you probably already are so familiar with that from being a musician, so it kind of translates nicely.
Right, it all translates nicely because I'm an electronic nerd too. See, I grew up being an electronic
Nice.
technician, and so I
Oh,
fixed, TVs, VCRs, and stereos back in the day. I currently work for the largest semiconductor company on the planet. We won't go into that.
cool.
But anyway, that
Oh,
all translates into music as well. Electronics and music is such a beautiful
yes.
dance. It really, really is. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it gets technical and a little nerdy on that end, but that's just beautiful and it speaks to me. So I hope to
Yeah,
pass
I
some of that along.
love that. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm a big nerd too, so I love that. I write a lot of like sci-fi dystopian romance, so like I'm with
Uh,
you. I'm like, there is such a beautiful dance between like science and music and everything, right?
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
really
incredible.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so now okay, so if we're looking through and we're trying to figure out like which one of your because a lot of people that watch this are audiobook people and they're all in the audiobook sites looking for stuff. I noticed that you have some audiobooks on YouTube and other places. So if someone's looking to kind of check you out, what audiobook should they start with and where can they find you?
Well, I would say the best one would be How to Be a Worship Songwriter. And that, as you mentioned, is on YouTube. And if you just go to YouTube/Stephen Robert Cass, you're going to find it. Um, but also, you can go to books2read.com/Stephen Robert Cass, and you'll find all the books and everywhere where they're available. So
Awesome.
just encourage people to go right there.
Go check them out. That's perfect. And
Yep.
what I'm going to do for everyone watching is I will put that link below so that you guys can really follow and check out, all the different platforms that Steve is on and find your particular platform that you enjoy and really go down and check out his audiobooks and check out his books. And especially, if you've been thinking about songwriting or just getting started, it sounds like you're a great resource for people to get started, which is
I
nice.
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat with us. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I hope we've got a lot of audiobook lovers here on the channel. So I hope that they search out your audiobooks and find
Me
you.
too. Me too.
Awesome.
It's
And
been wonderful talking with you too, Rebecca. You're a
thank
great person.
you. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much. So
And
are
thanks
you. I
again
love
for
to
your
hear.
effort in this
Oh,
space for the authors.
thank you.
Appreciate that.
I love supporting other authors. That's another place where people are in silos a little bit, right? So it's nice to be
Oh
able
yeah.
to connect everyone and work together for a common goal, right?
Yep. Exactly.
For sure. I love it. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
And for everyone watching, please remember to check out indieaudiobookdeals.com for all of our audiobook deals. Please make sure you check out Steve's audiobooks and all of his books, and I'll put the link below. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care.